All right, well, we'll see where this goes. I'll just start with some Matic mic updates. Hopefully, once we get into a bit, we've got some more people in here. Um, like yesterday was surprisingly good, being this is the only the second day we've been doing them um, at this time of day. Normally, we do them later, which we still do. I don't know if you've all have been in those spaces, but they're usually between like 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern, depending on when the projects that we are spotlighting are available. And these are our morning ones that we are just starting with the idea that our later ones are very focused on the Polygon space, which I love. I'm a huge fan of Polygon. Um, but these morning ones, we're looking more to open it up to any collections on any chain, and just feel free if you're already in here, if you do have a project, to just request speaker and we'll let you go through your project as well and ask some questions on it. But yeah, so with the idea that we are, I mean, I'm on Polygon, Taylor's an artist, he has his stuff on Polygon. So I'm extremely pro Polygon, but that's not to say that I'm not in Ethereum and Solana on the daily looking into other projects. So definitely during this time at all, if anyone who's in here now wants to come up and speak, feel free to. Yesterday, I think we had I don't know, about 40 people in here before I got rugged, unfortunately. So we're hoping we'll get back to that. But like I said, yeah, I'll just go through our project, which is Matic Mike. It's built on Polygon. If you're not familiar with it, it's pretty interesting. It's extremely big brain dev work. I feel like I know the dev. I've known him for years. I met him at college. He's a full stack developer who decided to get into the NFT space, and he kind of ran with it. He built out on Polygon because we do have a lot of utility with our project. You can stake your NFT, which produces our ERC20 token, which we have named HGH. That HGH token can be used to boost your attributes on your Matic mic, and we currently have a Dance Off Royale contract, which is our start to our PvP contracts. And what that does is you enter, you can pay HGH to enter. First, second, and third gets paid out in HGH. The stronger your mic is, then those dice are going to be weighted a little more in your favor. That's not to say that the strongest mic is always going to win. It's definitely not going to happen. But the stronger you end up making your mic, the better chance you have of winning that stuff. So we are implementing, coming up here, a PVE contract, and that looks to be in December at some point. And what that will be is, rather than playing against other players, there is a boss contract that we're implementing. And how that's going to work is, when you're staking your mic, you have to stake it for a certain amount of time, and you're able to call out that boss, which in our storyline is the evil club owner who wants to take all your tip money. Because again, we are Matic Mike, we're dancers after all. And so when they're produced, you can pay your HGH, and uh, you battle that boss pretty much. And if you win out, it'll drop loot and it'll further boost your Matic mic. So at the end of the day, it's an extremely gamified NFT. That was the reason we chose to launch on Polygon, because I mean, you'd be paying gas for everything you do, for staking, the battles, for unstaking, for claiming your tokens. And it would just, at the end of the day, it'd be way too expensive to our users to launch on Ethereum. We did a free mint. We minted out, I mean, I think it was like probably around 8 hours, maybe a little more. And we have been on OpenSea for the last 3 weeks. So if you guys want to get more information on us, I will pin a tweet in here shortly. And then, yeah, you can just head on over to our Discord, and we have all our links in there. We do a lot of giveaways in the Discord, and the dev is extremely good about updating everyone with what's going on in the project. So feel free to hop in there And if anyone has any questions at any point, just raise your hand with any of these projects that we come up and speak on. So that's my spiel. Taylor, if you wanted to discuss what you do in the space now, you can. We could also have a couple other people speak first before you got into it. That's up to you.
Yeah, I think we'll get through some other people first. So just some formatting stuff out of the way. I'm keeping a mental note of the order that people are becoming speaker. I'll obviously prioritize, like if anyone has any questions for Matic Mike or about Matic Mike, let you guys go first. If not, we got Creative Hybrid and then Ginger Potter. So if anyone has questions for Matic Mike, now would be the time to go. I don't know if Ginger, did you have any questions about Matic Mike?
I came in late to what he was talking about, so I'm not sure what I can chime in on.
Yeah, no worries. Okay. And I'll go through it again as well as these progress, because I mean, as we all know, these spaces tend to get larger as we go on for longer. So yeah, Taylor, if you just want to let whoever's speaking next, just go ahead.
Yeah, sure. And I saw Brava NFT pop in. Brava, did you have any questions for Matic Mike?
Nope. I'll just wait for my turn to talk about the project. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Creative Hybrid, it looks like you're up next to talk.
All right. So good morning, everyone. This is my first professional official Shilling Your Heart Out. So bear with me. I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. So my English might not be as as nice as it might sound a little weird, but I'm trying to speak as clear as possible. So again, my name is Creative Hybrid NFT, and I am a digital artist in the Caribbean, and I've been designing in the branding space and the marketing space for over 10 to 11 years. Now, I really love art, and when I realized NFT has the power to unlock and showcase and connect, I realized I need to take it serious. So what I had decided to do, instead of just putting myself out there as a single artist, I decided to create a studio, goes by the name of Creative Hybrid NFT, which we focus on digital art in the digital surrealism space. That's where you have the photo manipulation, other techniques. So I've decided to create this studio which I could explore the different surrealism skills and techniques, and to just grow from there, where I in the future can look into augment with reality, have video games and stuff like that. So that's why I created a studio with a 10 to 20 year vision, where I plan to have onboarding people to help me execute what I may not have the skill to execute. But for now, I'm running it, and I'm building a team, and we're focusing on strictly art collection. Now, I'm really in love with the Polygon while exploring other blockchains. I do believe 10 to 20 years from now, it won't even matter which blockchain you're on. Hopefully, we'll find a solution. But for right now, I fully believe that Polygon is really a good starting point to do a lot of experiment and to actually expand the project and expand your work. So I have collections coming out, and it's all on my website. I don't know how to pin to this stuff. I'm trying to learn that as well. But we do have a first collection called the Squid collection, and the reason why I started with that is because watching the movie, I realized we're all trying to chase our dream in life. We all have something that we lack, and it have a very unique pinpoint to it. So what I've done is just take a character from there and to digitize it and make it into a story. That's just a starting point though, because we do have a lot more to come, but I'm taking my time entering the market and trying to connect with everybody genuinely, and not just putting out art. So I'm just doing it in stages. So definitely, if you go on the website, preferably if you do it by a PC, you experience the full experience. If you visit from a PC, it's amazing. But we have a lot of other stuff coming out, but I'm just trying to take my time to test, to optimize, to improve, to be better, to connect, to collaborate. So when you go on the website, you get to see all of our collections that are going to be produced. I'm not a coder, so I'm not trying to do 10,000. I'm a core raw artist, so I'm really trying to produce, by myself and make them beautiful as best as possible. But we do have utilities in some of them. Some of them is not just about the art. Some of them is really gonna have sign up group, communities, access, adding value, and trying to just really be human and connecting realistic utilities. So it may not be these games and stuff like that, but there will be real life mentorships on board, stuff that can help you with mental health and stuff like that, and just helping other artists. So that's what we're really all about, and we're just getting started, just entering the space, and I would appreciate all the love and support and all the feedback, because as I said, we're just trying to grow and building the team, and I'm just going hard and just really trying to get myself out there in a genuine way, and to do this for the long term. As Gary Vee say, 10 to 20 years from now, we're going to see who is really serious and who was really trying to innovate. So I'm trying to really take my time and build, partnerships and relationships, and to be one of the leading person or the leading art studio in the space in the next 10 to 20 years. So I'm very serious. I write my plan, and I'm self-funded, and we're going at it. So that's it. Yeah.
Nice. I just want to say personally, I love your art. I was taking a look at it before. I'm looking at it again now. Just the first one that caught my eye was it looked like it was underwater and someone with their hands on their shoulders. Like, I love that stuff. Definitely made me feel some things, and I love that art can do that. So I just want to say, great job. I love what you do.
Yeah, thank you. And my story, just to finish up my story, way back in 2015, leaving high school, what happened is that I've never really tell this story before, but I think it's really important to be real, into this space. And my story is that I actually failed all my subjects in high school. I didn't have anything. And where I'm from, you fail your subjects, you're nothing. And they wanted me to do something I didn't want to do, but then I realized I started to play around with art. And how I've been exposed to art was playing with an iPhone MP3, just doing art and pick art. And that's how everybody was encouraging me that, listen, you need to go to art school, And I was just trying to get to art school, but a lot of people never want to really push me to it. I think back in the day in 2015, people think that art wouldn't matter. They think NFT, like now that NFT back then, they think wouldn't matter. No, it mattered. People didn't count art. I think graphic design and branding was a thing. But I pursued it. I pushed myself, and I attended the Elna Manuel College of Visual Arts. I did my advanced certificates and stuff. And I just always say that art has found me, and art allowed me to make a career. And I'm so excited that today art is so valuable. Branding, graphic design is so valuable now today. And anyway, anything you do, from UI, from coding, you're gonna always need art. You're gonna always need that human expression. And while I plan to play with AI technology, at the end of the day, there's still a human behind that trying to control it. So at the end of the day, art is really my passion. I really love it. I'm just trying to add more value to it, and let's just show people that, listen, your art matters. It have meaning. Yes, it's a lot of art. Yes, we have different kind of wear, but the reason why our art is really wear is because it's you. You're the only one can produce that. You're the only one can tell that story. You're the only one that is unique, and I think that everybody art deserve a place of value. So yeah, that's it for me.
Nice. And Taco, looks like you had a question for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just listening to this as like my podcast at work, but I have a question for Matt and Mike, and it's just, how'd you get so sexy? And I just wanted to say, if you have a cat and you're looking to take somebody in, Taylor's profile picture can speak to animals, but can't speak to cats, and he needs a little practice. So he needs to be adopted into a good home with a kitty cat. And I'll just say, if you like cute tacos, check me out. And if you like the cutest belugas on space, check Beluga out. I'm really excited to hear about your guys' projects and learn more about them. Hope you guys have a good one. I'm going to be in here just listening.
That cat comment definitely confused so many people, but I just happened to read that description before we got on.
I know, I was going to say, I'm sure it went over a lot of people's heads.
We'll get to that once Taylor talks. I had a question, though, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Creative. So I'm looking at the site. The site looks awesome. Props, by the way. The art that you have up there now looks awesome. Is that first drop this November NFT Spotlight drop? Is that your first drop then? The one that's coming up in 9 days? The Squid code?
Yeah, so that's the Squid code that will be dropping by next week. And when you see the other four is what to come up. So the other one that you see have 30, the other one have 25, the other one have 101, and the other one have 15. So they're very strategic and they're gonna actually support each other. And then sooner as anybody is following up, we'll see that they all correspond with each other. But the Squid one is what that I didn't really want to launch this one out, but sometimes you have to really step out of fear. There was a lot of negativity about the movie or about whatever Tolkien was, but I decided to tell the story, and I decided that the one with the triangle seemed to be of a higher rank, but they always must obey orders. And I just believe like that, no matter how high your rank is in life or how much position you always have to answer to something higher than you. Doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, you always have a higher rank that you have to answer to. So I think that was a unique story point, and I just build it out to start with that. And yeah, that will be my first release. Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Yeah, it looks awesome. And then sorry, it took me a second there, hit speaker. The only other thing I was gonna say, being new in this space, I was looking through the site. I don't see that you have a Discord link up anywhere. I would 100% recommend getting on that, because once you're able to like start to build that community, it's just so useful to not only have that community there for support and kind of keep pushing yourself and anyone else on your team, but at the same time, I mean, just having that group to push your projects coming out as they come out, it's going to be extremely useful. And then the last thing I have to say, Taco, thank you for realizing the time that we have put into these bodies on our Matic mic. We're in the gym all the time, so I appreciate the sexiness being recognized.
I appreciate it. I will do that. That's a question I wanted to ask. I know a lot of Discord is really for like 10,000 projects or projects. Is it okay for artists or a studio to actually have a Discord of supporters? That's what I wanted to know. I didn't really start it as yet.
I mean, I would 100%. I'm in a few different artist Discords, and it's really useful to be able to know when their drops are coming up. And a lot of times as a buyer, it's nice to be in those Discords because you hear about the stuff they're working on before it ends up showing up on Twitter.
All right, note taken.
All right. Just for the sake of time, because I just want to let everyone to know I do see everyone's requests. I literally have everyone's name written down like in a physical notepad, and I'm going to go in order. So thank you, Creative Hybrid, for that. I'm going to move on to Ginger Potter now. Ginger Potter, you have the floor.
Hey, Taylor. Hey, Matic. Hope you're good. Can I pin up my collection?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Okay. So here it is. All right. I pinned up 3 things I'm going to talk about. Okay. First off, my name is Ralph. I'm a Lebanese artist. For the past 3 years, I've been on my Instagram putting up my artworks. I do oil paintings, illustrations, and animations. I've been putting them up on my Instagram on a weekly basis. But last month, I entered the NFT space. And when I entered it, I noticed there were 2 prevalent things in the space. One of them is how many PFP collectible generative projects there were. And the second thing is how many introverts there were in this space. I'm a huge introvert myself. So I decided, why not merge these 2 things into the collection you see before you? So if you go on OpenSea through the pinned tweet I pinned up here, you will see, first off, there are 18 drops in the collection. I'm working towards 21. That's why it's called the Watcher 21. And you will see in each drop, there's this constant character. It's the constants between all of the drops. He's always in the same position, always watching and always listening, but not really interacting with his environment, no matter how chaotic it might be. And that aspect is inspired by my introverted nature. When I socialize, I'm terrible at it. I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm talking to people. So that's how the character came to be. Each drop is a 1 of 1, and it's all hand drawn. And each environment is inspired by things here in my life or in my country. Like the very first drop, it's inspired by the lack of gas in my country. It's called The Watcher Fills Up. Another drop is inspired by the lack of electricity in my country. It's called The Watcher Has No Power. And some watchers are inspired by pop culture characters like the Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad or the Joker. There's also the Watcher goes to space. He's surrounded by planets. There's the Watcher is being watched. He's surrounded by eyes. It's inspired by my self-conscious nature. There's the Watcher is stuck in time. He's being eaten by the sands of time. And the latest drop, I dropped it yesterday. It's called The Watcher Shows His Scars. I pinned it up here. It's inspired by the Japanese practice of fixing ceramic with gold, basically a metaphor for people to be proud of their scars and not to be ashamed of them. Because I believe that people that go through scarring emotionally or physically come out better and bigger people, greater people after they go through them. So each the prices are range between 0.05 and 0.1. I've sold 13 so far, so I'm halfway sold out, which is awesome. I sold three. I sold three this morning, which was awesome as well. There's still two drops that are 0.05, and the rest are more expensive. And I'm hoping to build my audience with this collection for future collections that will be made up of the artworks I've built up over the last 3 years on my Instagram. One of the drops that will be in those collections is my profile picture. It's a hand-drawn eye with colored pencils surrounded by doodles. I'm hoping to expand that collection into body parts drawn in the same way. There's already a heart, if you want to check that out, that's drawn in the same way. And that's basically it. If you want to support me, if you like what you see and all that, you can follow me on my Instagram because I'm mostly active there. You can follow me here on my Twitter. I'm about to hit my 1,000 follower, which is awesome. Or you can retweet my pinned tweet, or you can favorite the drops on OpenSea to help with the engagement. And if you want to buy a watcher, that'd be awesome too, because the watcher is always watching you. Thank you for the time, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for speaking up. I just want to say also, since we have a lot of people lined up and requested, if you guys have a question for these artists and developers while they're talking, just DM me or Matic Mike, and we'll get the question in for you. I think it'll just work better that way. So just for now, does anyone have any questions for Ginger Potter? All right. Thank you very much, Ginger. That everything you said seems amazing, and I love the imagery of the the watcher just sitting there while the elements are attacking him. That really speaks to me, and that's kind of what I try to do in my own art. So I just wanted to say I can appreciate that, and thank you very much for speaking, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm glad you resonate with it. Yeah, basically, he's a blank page, and everything around him doesn't affect him, but is doing it's building up the environment around him. So yeah, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, of course. Cool. Thank you so much. So next, I think it was Brava. I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Brava is right. Thank you so much, Taylor. And Ginger Potter, you're actually my neighbor. You said you're from Lebanon, so I really love the way that you shilled because you kept it really concise, and you shilled your project really, really well. I'm going to check that out. And congratulations on your selling of the projects this morning. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Cheers. I said Ginger Potter was my neighbor because the Brava team is based out of the UAE, but we are from all around the world. I personally am representing Brava as Crypto Draconis. That is my handle, and I am the strategist behind the project. And we've also got Adrian and Nawal. Nawal is the artist, and he's from Mexico. So I just want to invite everybody around here in this spaces to be part of our mint, a public mint that's happening on 23rd of November. And we also have a Twitter Spaces, which is basically an AMA and a chance to meet the creators of Brava, as well as to win for yourselves a pre-mint pass, which will allow you to mint your Brava for free. So you just have to pay gas on the 22nd of November. So you could win this if you actually attend our Twitter Spaces. yeah, all the details are there in our profile, or maybe if Taylor allows, and I would pin it up in the billboard in just a bit. But very, very quickly, Brava is a project that was not born out of the NFT hype. It is more than that. Brava is a character. She is about 2 to 3 years old, and she's a vision of Nawal, the artist, who's from Mexico, and he is a strong supporter of women-related issues. Nawal, he was born in a family of sisters and a very strong mother, is always surrounded by very, very strong women. And in Mexico, it feels like it's one of the places on earth with the highest number of violence against women and children. So he initiated Brava as a character, as merchandise, basically as a fashion icon. But come this year, we wanted to take Brava to the world, and that is why she's now being an NFT. So the Brava character in itself is there'll be like 2,000 Bravas in total. And 500 of them will be OG Bravas. And these are the OG Bravas that are dropping on 23rd of November. We are supporting the cause of fighting violence against women and children, and we are tied with an organization in Mexico. And basically, 10% of our primary sales of the 2,000 Bravas would be going to this particular cause, to this organization. And what we will be doing is supporting women who have faced challenges throughout their lives, as well as supporting them in terms of education and finding them jobs, and really, in any way possible. The numbers are quite startling when it comes to the facts and the figures associated with violence against women and children. 1 in 3 women have faced some kind of abuse in their lives, whether it's psychological abuse or whether it's physical abuse. And most of this abuse are also caused by their own family members or their spouses. And in this particular place in Mexico, at least 10 women or children are killed every single day, not week, not month, every single day. 10 women and girls are killed. And we wanted to really throw awareness about this particular issue. This is not just happening in Mexico, it's happening around the world, right? I think one of the quickest way to actually look at it is we put up stats like that on our Discord channel every single day of what's happening around the world. But if you were to just like Google any country, put any country and say violence or women abuse, and you would find statistics that is startling, and you wouldn't even know that's happening in your own country or on your neighbor country that's really happening like really close to us. And one of the other startling things is it's not just women and children. 1 in 7 men or boys actually have faced some kind of abuse in their lives as well. And that is basically what Brava is fighting. Now, when we look at the artwork of Brava, I know a lot of female PFP projects have been released this year, but still the stats say that only 5% of women actually buy and sell women-related NFTs, and we want to change that. We want to bring a lot more women into the conversation. But more than that, Brava is basically a project that is created to appeal to the next generation. Because speaking of such an issue, and this has been happening for what, centuries, abuse and violence against women and children, we wanted this conversation to actually appeal to the next generation, because one of the ways of ending the conversation is making it relevant, not relevant, but making it digestible for the generation. A lot of parents in our discords are getting Bravas for their own kids, and what they say is, oh, you know what, I want to tell my daughter, I want to tell my son, like I want to teach them self-defense and stuff like that, but I don't know how to tell them like, oh, but you got to be careful because there's a lot of people out there, you might get violated, you might get abused. But I don't would want it, I mean, no parent want to tell their kids that way, right? You don't want to scare kids. But what we can do is through these Brava characters, which would also be coming up as comic series, and that's part of our plan as well. And also like almost like funk pop figures that we know. So we'll be creating 3D Brava figures. So hopefully when kids are actually holding these Bravas, their own Bravas, and playing with them, and see them as comic book series, it becomes a fun project or something that they can share with their friends, and then we ease them into this conversation so they are aware of it. And yeah, that is basically what the Brava project is all about. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. I would also like to obviously talk about the art of Brava. They are not, the usual kind of female PFP projects that you see with beautiful women, and nothing wrong with that, but beautiful women and beautiful artwork, and in interest, like lovely hair and everything. Well, Bravas, if you look at each individual Brava, they've got a bruise, or they've got a cut, or they've got a bandage, or they've got a band-aid on their face, and they're all cyberpunk Amazonas. So you can see that they have been in a fight, and they are still fighting, and they look cool while fighting. So that's what the entire story is Brava all about.
Nice, and I love that. And I love that you found your audience. You found a good way to relate to them, because you are your own audience essentially. And I like that you found a way to empower yourself and all the women that they're interested in this project and whatnot. So good job there. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Anybody else has any other questions? I kind of also like before somebody comes up with a question, I want to also talk about the community in our Discord. The fact that we actually had a Google Forms list for people to fill up, at least for the first 100 people who were part of our Discord, and we gave them the status of minting their Bravas for free on 22nd of November, one day ahead of the public mint. But not only that, we wanted to kind of like celebrate that particular the pre-mint status that they got in terms of POAPs. So we actually, it's very hard to actually get in touch with the POAP team to get the POAPs released. The POAPs are basically a proof of attendance protocol, but we managed to get POAPs for Brava pre-minters. And that's kind of like bookmarking your life as you're being part of the project, and you're one of the OGs who will be minting the Brava. So we find that pretty exciting as well. So do our members and followers.
Cool.
It's awesome.
Yep. No, go ahead.
Just feel free to share your pinned tweet in here as well. And just so people know, like, to summarize that, it's 2,000 Bravas on the drop, and that's coming up on the 23rd. 10% of that goes to charity. And you heard the details on you guys getting the free mint as well. I'm sure if you hop in their Discord, you can get an update on when those spaces and those giveaways are coming up. It looks like you guys actually have one coming up here in about 15 minutes. And then also it looks like, from my understanding, on the Ethereum network, and that mint is going to be costing 0.07. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right. The spaces that's coming out in 15 minutes is actually something that the Brava team collaborates with a meditator. Her name is Secretly Famous, or Biba. And we do this every single day to have an NFT timeout. So we don't talk NFT over there. It's really about meditation and chilling and really speaking, it's just pouring your heart out, like discussing your day sort of a thing. But it's a chill, like 30-minute space that happens every single day. But apart from that, on the 19th, which is the coming Friday, that's the tweet that I've pinned up. Well, we have the Twitter Spaces that is about everything that you got to know about minting your Bravas, and the cost, and what are the traits to look out for, what are the rare traits, and each individual Brava, what does the artwork represent, and what are the stories that represent. You can speak to the obviously the artist Nawal will be there, and that's our big Twitter Spaces that's happening. That's a kind of like a pre-launch party, and over there you can win your pre-mint passes. So you basically don't even have to pay 0.07 Ethereums. You just have to pay gas to mint it. And we are very excited that Gary V is following us as well, which makes us very happy. And it's pretty cool. So pretty excited for this weekend.
Nice, and I hope that goes well for you, honestly. And thank you for getting up here and talking. Glad that you were able to talk about your project, and I hope, wish you the best of luck. Like I said, for the sake of time, I do have everyone's name written down that's currently in the lineup, and I do want to get to everyone if we can today. So, Brava, thank you again. I'm gonna, if you guys have any questions, or definitely DM her, DM one of us. We'll get the question out. But up next, I have Nita N. I hope I'm saying that right, Nita N. I'm gonna approve you right now. We'll get you up here and and talking. Oh, sorry. Hold on. For some reason, I approved you, and you jumped back down. Hello.
My name is Nita. I'm from Thailand. And let me give me a second to pin up my work before I introduce myself. Mm. Okay.
Yeah. While you're doing that, real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Just 1 second. I just want to make everyone aware that I do have your names written down. If you're in the requested, your name is on the list. So don't be scared that I didn't approve you. Just give it some time. All right. Sorry, Nita. You can go.
Thank you so much for having me up here. My name is Nita, and I'm from Bangkok, Thailand. And I just joined NFT last month. And I've been enjoying doing the NFT. And today I would like to talk about my project. And my collection is listed in OpenSea Ethereum chain, and there will be 100 pieces in there. I will gradually list it. Right now, the target is about 2 per week, and this collection is actually the presentation of the flowers that by giving life to the flowers through characters. I personally like to draw cartoon, and that has been my passion since young. And for this couple of years, I started to draw flowers. I love to take pictures of flowers when I go places, and so when I think of the project to do for NFT, I think it's best to combine the love of the two, that is drawing the characters, and also the love for the flowers in it. So my collection is pretty much about presenting or capturing the beauty of the flowers in memory through these characters. And to me, I think this can be used as cards, or can be used as something that you can give it to someone on different occasion as well, because flowers are something that normally people would give out as gifts on special occasion. So that's about my collection, how it's created, and how it inspired me to create it.
Awesome. Thank you for talking about that. I checked out. Sorry, I was scrolling through because you have a lot of stuff to look at.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, it if you look at pin and yeah, you will see there are normally the characters is different. I mean, it's individually designed to accentuate the beauty of the flowers, and yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say. If anyone has any question or feedback, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, it looks really good, honestly. Looking at it, because like you were saying, I personally, I love cartoons and whatnot, and yours are just next level. Like they look so good. They look like they should be in a catalog somewhere, and so good job there. Appreciate you talking as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions for Nita and you want to direct message her, I still have, let's see, 7 people to get to. So thank you very much, Nita, for talking.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the space. Okay, I'll step down as listener. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Goodbye.
Bye.
So next up is, let me see, where'd he go? Sorry. Yeah, I know a couple people kind of stepped down. So Finite NFT, you're up next, and let me just approve you real quick. So Finite NFT, you have the floor. Hello.
Good day to all of you. How are you guys doing today?
Not too bad, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good as well. Thanks for asking. And it was a fantastic couple of presentations earlier. It's the thing that makes us all unique is for the fact that every one of us tend to look at art and this NFT paradigm from a different angle, which I think is fantastic. So the angle we chose to see it was from the fact that everything has a number. So in terms of the tigers, we are left with about 3,900. So these numbers, if we are able to create a digital representation of it, it can bring it closer to the connection of human beings. Because as we go deeper and deeper into like the metaverse, etc., um, the nature should not be abandoned. So that is the reason that we got to keep an eye on it as well. One of the ways that we can keep an eye on it is via the digital representation of what's left on Earth. So we have created these hand painted items, and we have just minted it on OpenSea. Yes, the gas prices is still a concern, but however, I think when things subside and when everything returns to normal or some other ways of some other probably cross chain minting or so on, I think it will eventually when it's out there, it will capture people's imagination. That's what we're hoping to. So the whole idea that we are in the space is to connect with each other and spread different kinds of messages out to the world. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak. And I will let's all of us continue to give out our unique proposition so that it'll benefit the whole community on the whole. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming up and talking. I love your project, and I think I've heard you speak before in another space, and I remember really enjoying what you're about in the message. And I think last time you had mentioned, you said some line about instead of people trading exotic, furs and animals and, killing them, to trade something like this instead, where each one has, has rarities and whatnot. So I can really relate to that. And I love that message, man. So thank you again.
Welcome. Have a great day. I will go down and support you guys by listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So up next, I think it's Cutie Works. Am I saying that correctly? Cutie Works?
No, it's Cute Works.
Cute. I knew I was going to mess it up. I'm sorry.
No,
man.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine. It's a weird spelling anyway. So no, but yeah, thanks for actually hosting. Always listened in, and yeah, you just do a great job. And yeah, there's some great projects in here too. So there's a lot of things I was interested in saying, but I'll make it short and quick just because there's so many people on the line. Basically, I'm a designer from Atlanta. Worked in movies, so VFX in LA for a hot second, then moved back here, and now I'm like kind of introducing these monkeys, the expat monkeys. They were out like maybe 15 years ago or so. Big part of the skate culture here, and now I'm just kind of putting them out there as a collection, as an NFT collection. Super excited about it. I make what's it called? We are definitely. I come from the video game background too, so there'll be some utilities in Decentraland. So we're actually putting all that stuff together. It's on the Polygon network too, Polygon chain. So I know Matic, big proponent of that too. Seen him in various rooms. But just wanted to say the whitelist is up, and we're doing interviews with guest artists throughout before it gets, as we ramp up all of our promotions and stuff. So if you go to the thing, there's we're having guest artists and stuff, and we have a couple slots open. So definitely just let me know if anyone's interested in being a guest artist in our collection. And yeah, we'd love to just be part of the community. And I got to say, everyone here, it's kind of a freaking awesome time to be alive, to be able to do this. And the fact that, we're talking about this metaverse, but this is kind of a mini metaverse where, I mean, we're talking for everybody from around the world now. It's kind of crazy. And we're like exchanging ideas, seeing all these different cultures and different styles play out. I can't tell you how, like, this is like the next step of, human evolution, like, the printing press or like a telephone or internet. Now it's really controlling the narrative of your own destiny and your own work. It's amazing. So great time to be alive. Just check out the project, and yeah, I'm gonna just sit back and just listen to everybody else too. So thanks a lot, guys, for hosting this amazing stuff that you guys are doing, and just yeah, you're doing God's work. All right, guys. Thank you.
Cool.
Not,
Thank you.
Not sure if it exactly is God's work, but we'll take it. I had a quick question though for you. I see that your whitelist opened on the 16th. Is there any chance that there are still spots available for that?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of spots. I've been working on building out a lot of stuff for Decentraland. I'm working with several other artists I can't really talk about right now, but we've been building a lot of these things, these 3D structures out and stuff. There's going to be a lot of bonuses and a lot of giveaways as we pop it together. It's slowly filling out now, just because I haven't been laser focused on promotions right now, because we have I'll just be honest. I can't say yet who I'm working with, but once you guys find out, it's pretty made a big dent in the whole T space. So we're pretty excited about it. But it's been a lot of work. I barely get any sleep, and it's just so funny now because I used to work for movies and stuff like this, and it would just kill me to work, even though it was doing creative stuff as a concept artist and stuff. But it's just funny to me that I love doing the stuff. I love the community. I'll be up to like hours a night just working and just honing this thing out, just making sure it's really good, and making sure that, because it's mine, and it's and it's something that it's people that I love to work with, right? So it's just different. The vibe is just different. Creating things now is not, the work would just suck. It was soul crushing. Like, it would be my work, and it would just, I started hating my work, and now it's like, oh, this is who I am. This is what I was supposed to do, and it's just so much more fun building communities this way. It's more organic, if you will.
No, I get it. I completely understand. And again, this looks like a pretty cool project. Once we are, and like he just said, whitelist spots are still open, so definitely join in his Discord. Where would I go once I'm in the Discord to fill out that form?
We're gonna actually start having more giveaways and more announcements in there. There'll be some more contests as well. Oh, I just also wanted to add to their derivatives. Derivative rights are going to be granted for these too, so they're going to be super high res, and hopefully I'll be able to. The one thing I don't know, maybe you guys know, is to make a SVG code inside the blockchain is kind of a deal. Or maybe I'm going to actually have it where a lot of the Illustrator files, the raw Illustrator files, will be up there, so that those can actually make streetwear out of the stuff. I'm making sure that the lines are super clean, so that printing things or whatever you're trying to make out of the ones that you get is totally very, very, very possible. So that's a big deal to me too. So yeah, but definitely join the Discord. There'll be the whitelist, and then there's going to be I think they're making a room so that those who have signed the whitelist, and also obviously in the Discord, we'll get more updates about giveaways and stuff like this, and special drops throughout the month until we get to 12/12 for the public thing. So yes, that's what we're doing.
Cool, man. Awesome project. Your work is dope, and it's cool that you got all this, this different background yet like you were saying, we've met people from all around the world, and everyone just kind of comes together in spaces like this. And that's so cool. Appreciate you coming up and talking, man.
Dude, thank you for having me. And again, yes, everybody in this room, I'm down to hear all your stuff. So yes, it's when I think it was like a chill room, it's more like just hearing different ideas and just different cultures and just different people. Amazing. So yeah, keep up the good work. Maybe not God's work, but yeah, keep up the kick-ass shit that you guys are doing.
Cool. Will do. Appreciate it, man. So next up, looks like we got Mr. Note 19. Mr. Note 19, you have the floor.
Hi Taylor, hi Matic, thank you for having me. I think this is gonna be the first time I'm talking into your space. And nice to meet you. I'm from Thailand. How are you?
Nice to meet you as well. We're doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. So it's almost midnight here. I just basically by day I'm actually a car designer. And so about after 6 p.m. I start to enjoy the space that you guys host and meeting a new friends.
That's good to hear. We're honestly glad to have you. Looking forward to hearing you talk about your project.
Okay, cool. I will pin it up right now. So I'm actually have a few collection, but the one that I show in the pin tweet right now is basically an AI Life 2090 collection. Basically, the inspiration from this because, as I say earlier, by day I'm actually have to design a car almost every day. I will be drawing a car, so I just try to work on something new or just getting to some new piece that away from the car image. So I create the scenario of the future, how people are living amongst the AI together. And some of the scenario that you've seen, or maybe the scenario you've seen right now, is the second piece that I add in my collection. The first piece I already sold, and the second piece is about how the AI, maybe we can see that it have a mother sense and just found a teddy bear in the future, and then she was trying to show to the robot kid that maybe what I'm trying to say is that caring for each other is always important no matter what time it is or wherever you are. And it's all animated, and I also put in an unlockable content with kind of layers that I animated with the Photoshop file. So yeah, please give me suggestions or any comment that you have. Feel free. Thank you.
Yeah, one of the things I wanted to point out, the animation and the fact that they're all GIFs is awesome, and that's something that I'm trying to do with my work. And then the second thing I wanted to talk about was I haven't seen a lot of projects where they don't have a neck, and I know that sounds weird, but because all the cartoons that I make, they don't have necks. It's just floating heads. So it's kind of nice to see that there's another project out there that's similar in that aspect. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Taylor.
Cool.
Yeah,
and yep.
I was just gonna add, the Cyclops series here that you have looks awesome. I mean, the AI looks
All right.
cool as too.
Thank you, Matic, for checking them out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, these are really neat. Hopefully we start to see more animated art as well. Because these look cool. I will definitely be checking these again later tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Matic. Thank you, Taylor, for having me. And thank you for all the listeners who actually listen to me. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing. And thanks for coming up. We love it when you guys are coming up here and talking about your stuff. So thank you very much for that.
Hey, quick question. How do you go back down to the audience? I have no idea.
I got you. 1 second. All right. Okay. So he's switching over. Next up, I wanted to get VanGoghDoodle.eth. So Van Gogh Doodle, I think you should be coming up as a speaker right now. We'd love to hear from you. Van Gogh Doodle, you're on the floor as a speaker. You can talk.
Hi, can you hear me? I think. Hi,
Yep,
can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. I can hear you just fine.
Okay, hi guys. My name is Vanora. I am from India and I'm an illustrator. I used to be an architect a really, really long time ago, and I'm also a musician. Most of my art is based on raising mental health awareness, and that's what my latest collection is about. Let me just pin it. Give me a second. Um, yeah.
I think yeah, it's pinned.
Okay. So this collection is called I Caught a Purple Feeling. A lot of my art is, I draw a lot in purple, in the color of purple. A lot of people ask me why. It's because people say that they're feeling blue, but I say I'm feeling purple because I feel like there's hope at the end of it. There's a lot of magic happening, and you wait it out, and you get through it basically. So this collection is called I Caught a Purple Feeling. It's everything that I've felt, and it's really close to me. This collection, it's about anxiety, burnout, grief, depression, and it's like catching a feeling. It's uncomfortable to catch a feeling, and we have to confront ourselves fully, and we do because we are just human. So this collection is basically me being vulnerable and uncomfortable and letting the world witness it. I basically expressed my emotions through this collection, processed a lot of feelings, and found relief. And it's maybe just a way to help others probably find relief too. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, that's awesome. And as an artist myself, I talk a lot about using my own personal mental health and using my art to kind of cope with that. So I can really appreciate the fact that you're being vulnerable and doing this stuff. And I like that you added that hope aspect to it. So it's not just doom and gloom and depressing. Like you're saying that stuff exists, but that there should be a feeling of hope at the end of it. So I really like that. And thank you for talking about it.
Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. And if anyone's interested, check out these shared posts. She actually currently there's 4 pieces in this series currently, and there's 1 remaining. The other 3 have sold, and she has that last one up for bid right now. If anyone wants to hop in there and bid on that.
Yeah, that'd be great. Definitely check it out. It's so cool that you've already sold 3 pieces. So I'm definitely going to go look and check out your last one. That'd be really cool.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for listening.
Yep, sure thing. So next up, it looks like we have Lady and Lord. Lady and Lord, you should be up as a speaker now. You have the floor.
Hi, good morning, everyone, or good night, wherever you are. I'm Carrie. I'm the creator of Lady and Lord, and I just want to say it's so amazing to be in these spaces and see all of these beautiful minds and all of the amazing pieces that are created and collections that are created. It's just so inspiring and cool. So I thank you for everyone that's shared your projects. I love seeing what everyone's doing. Like I said, I'm Carrie. I'm the creator of Lady and Lord, and it's a NFT collection that is dedicated to breaking down societal barriers and proving that emotions, mental health, your feelings, that they should matter for everyone, regardless of your gender. It's all about equal representation and creating a community of support in the space for everyone that's here and for everyone that feels like, in real life, like they've never been seen or they've never been heard. It's about, I want everyone to know that you are seen and you are heard. And this is a community for that, where we can continue to uplift each other and see each other as human beings, not just as our, gender that's assigned that we are, quote unquote, in real life. Each piece kind of plays on roles or different emotions that society typically, assigns to each gender, but it flips that on its head. So, for example, we have Lady Titan, Lady Breadwinner, Lord receives flowers, Lord nurturing, just putting roles that we typically don't see with each gender, with the opposite gender in this collection, to just really have fun with that. And I would love to have people, join the community, follow along, help spread our mission, and just make sure that, your voice is heard and that you're a part of this kind of equal representation, inclusion community. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much for bringing that up. I absolutely love hearing from people when they take a concept that a lot of people know about it and kind of flip it on its head. I love art like that because it forces people to think differently about things, and I always appreciate that as an artist myself. So I appreciate that you can do that. And looking through your work, I could definitely get that message.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Thanks.
And just to follow up on that, you guys are minting on December 1st. If you feel free to share a post in here as well if you want, so people have your information.
Okay, awesome. I'll do that right now. Thank you.
Yeah, and guys, make sure we're going through and following everybody. That's one of the great things about these spaces is that you can get together in a huge group, and it looks like this group has gotten pretty big today, and kind of follow everybody, support each other. I know I've definitely reached out to a lot of people from these spaces. Once the space is over, I'll DM some people and talk more about their work. I love doing that, and the fact that Twitter just kind of makes it so easy to do that, I think is the coolest thing. Okay. Sorry, Matt. I thought you had something because your mic was on. So thank you, Lady and Lord, for talking about that. Your project is awesome. I have it open in another tab. Be checking that out more. So thank you for coming up here and talking about it. I think we have Naris up next. Naris, am I saying that correctly?
Yes, you are. You just, sorry. Thank you, Taylor, Max, and hello, everyone. I am a full-time artist from Thailand. I've been working on physical artworks for more than 10 years, and I am a tarot card reader as well. So when I jumped into NFT art in August, I chose the OpenSea platform because it has the unlockable content, which is perfect to my fortune card project. I can create an illustration for each card first, and then I put a secret message or a prediction in it. Only me and a person who collects a card can see this prediction. Can I share my pinned tweet on top?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay, give me a second.
Okay, I think I see it.
Yeah. The artwork you see on my pinned tweet is one of my 36 cards. It's one hand painted acrylic on paper. It's available on the OpenSea Polygon network, so don't worry about the gas fee. All cards are inspired by human different state of mind, and they can relate to the numerology. I believe that some pieces of my artwork can connect to your past experiences. So just take a close look at them. A card that attracts you the most may have some clues from your subconscious. I hope you enjoy my card, and thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your space.
Yeah, you're very welcome. It's great seeing this. I love seeing all the different artworks. Definitely think yours is really good. I've always wanted to get into hand painting my work, and I kind of gave up. But seeing your stuff definitely inspires me to kind of keep going and think more outside the box, be less straightforward. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. So thank you for coming up and speaking. Just for the sake of time, if you guys want to DM Narius with any questions, check out her collection for sure. It's really cool. But I think up next we have, it looks like White Ash, or sorry, Millen. I don't know how to say Millenson Solanki.
Hey guys, how are you? Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you. You're speaking right now. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I've been getting so much complaint about my mic today. So just want to make confirm that mic is like kind of audible. So if I talk about myself, I want to give my quick introduction about myself. I'm Milind Solanki. I'm from India. I'm basically an architect, a designer, interior designer. Also, I'm into motorcycles, automotive design. Also, as a passion of work, I have created my hobby as a passion of work in working with 3D spaces like 3D softwares. So and I really like to create sci-fi and concepts, fantasy artworks. So that's what I really like to do. And I was a part of India's first cinematic NFT. So that was one of my project. But today I want to, if it's okay, if I can share my work. So yeah, so I want to share my first personal project, which is on OpenSea. It's my first Genesis on OpenSea. So it's project called Lucid Simulation 2.0. So 2.0 is a phase 2. The lucid simulation series at artwork is based on it's a visual representation of lucid dreaming. So lucid dreaming is a state where you know you are dreaming, but at the same time you are aware that you are dreaming. So the feel of in between I try to represent in form of art. And if you look at each and every piece, I try to show different kind of phobias in each and every artwork. If you see the first, it has fire, which shows a pyrophobia. The another one has deep sea, which is thalassophobia, fear of deep sea. There is a fear of unknown xenophobia. So I try to show each every phobias in this artwork, because people who have phobias tends to have nightmare of it. And that's how uh, I made this whole edition. Lots of people ask why I have to go one place and this gate and try to show it in different way. My idea, I really want to show that how dreams can be flexible, because dreams you can be at the one moment you can be in the deep sea, second moment you can be in the flying in the high sky. So that's how I come up with this idea of taking one place. And the gate is to show transition between deep sleep and consciousness. So that's how I come up with this idea. And I'm really happy as a as a young new artist. It's been great journey with this art series, because it just got featured on Instagram, OpenSea Instagram handle also. And yeah, it was great listening to you all also. And yeah, thank you so much. And this is phase 2. There will be VR animation and visual experience, virtual reality experience also going to be there. So stay tuned. And yeah, thank you so much. I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much. I'm done speaking.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Your stuff is so cool, and as someone who lucid dreams a lot, and I used to have really crazy nightmares as a kid as a result of lucid dreaming, and I've always wondered how you could kind of represent that. And looking at your stuff, like a gate is a perfect idea, and I can definitely get the lucid dreaming kind of feel just by looking at your stuff. So really cool, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the Lucid Simulation collection looks 2.0 collection looks awesome. And then the World Simulation series as well. I mean, the lighting on that, those all look wild. I'm not an artist myself, so I don't know at all what is put into this, but they look awesome. Great job.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I really like to I'm fond of creating sci-fi and concept fantasy artwork at the same time. So I have to fulfill my hunger of creating both kind of artworks. So thank you so much that you liked it. Maybe if people can also, if I can share it, I just said it on top. It's artwork to show the excessive use of resources, and I have a real idea that even sun, the constant source of energy, is also going to be end one day, and that's how I really want to show that we should keep in mind that resources are limited. Yeah, so that's how I come up with this idea.
Great. Thank you again for sharing. I really appreciate it. I love hearing from everybody, and your project is really cool. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I love having you guys on here. We've been going for about an hour and 22 minutes. So I want to kind of start wrapping it up. I want to have 2 more people on. So I have Girlfriends up next. So Girlfriends, you have the floor to talk.
Hey, Taylor. Thanks for the space. I'm happy to be here. It's also just a very positive vibe space, which I love. My name is Desiree. My project is Girlfriends. I'm the artist and founder of the project. Girlfriends are quirky, collectible friends who live on Solana. When I was designing the Girlfriends, it was important to me that they promote free expression and individuality, as well as the strength of women bonding together, which is, why we have the female profile picture. But I also wanted to kind of take traits that are considered maybe undesirable in society, like acne and braces, and make them a little bit more rare, so they're actually desirable traits in the NFT collection. So that was kind of the inspiration behind the artwork. But our main mission behind Girlfriends is to give to charities that support young adults affected by cancer, and to create a nonprofit called the Friends Foundation. And this nonprofit will be a community-run organization that will give art supplies, which could be physical or digital, to young adults affected by cancer, and provide them with art therapy resources to help them cope through this crazy, difficult experience. Receiving a cancer diagnosis as a young adult, as it would be at any age, is a life-altering event. But in the case of these people, they're on the precipice of starting and building their future. And that could be pursuing an education, or traveling, or establishing a career, or starting a family. Cancer really doesn't care about any of those things. And a cancer diagnosis will put all of these dreams and aspirations on hold, while life becomes about tests and treatments and positive and negative outcomes. And I know this firsthand because I myself am a breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed at 29, and for me, making art was a vital part of my healing process. I am sure that if I didn't, use art to work through my emotions, I wouldn't be in the healthy place that I am in now in order to move on. And I'm from Canada, so I'm super lucky because I was in a stable financial situation. We have free healthcare, but during my journey, I couldn't help but always think about how lucky I was that, I could easily afford these resources to help myself. But so many people are not in that situation, and receiving a cancer diagnosis can actually be detrimental to someone's finances in a different part of the world. So I just wanted to come out of my experience and find a way to, support these young people to heal in a healthy way. And we also want to take that one step further. If they choose to do so, we want to support these young people to create their own NFT collections. But it's definitely not the main goal. It's just about putting these tools in their hands, and it's not about being an amazing artist. It's just about just therapy and working through your emotions. But But aside from the charitable goals of the project, we also have some community-driven initiatives as part of our roadmap, which include at 50% sold out, we're going to be sending an airdrop of a furry friend NFT, which is a cute pet for your girlfriend. At 75%, we're going to produce a coloring book that will be written by the community and the team. And a portion of those proceeds from selling them will go back into a community wallet. And we will also be donating a portion of these coloring books to children's cancer units around the world. But one of the most exciting aspects of our project is if we sell out, we're going to produce a short documentary about the impact of charitable NFTs in real life. And so this film will explore the inspiring story of select projects and creators within the NFT space, as well as our own story. And our community members will get some really exciting perks with that. So they'll be able to help us make decisions about which projects to feature and get, access to special clips and backstage, basically getting a backstage pass. They'll also get an exclusive film premiere ticket. And if we are able to sell that film, 25% of those proceeds will be added to the community wallet. And yeah, so that's the project. Me and my partner are filmmakers, so we were looking at ways to kind of like engage the community a little bit more and how we could really expand the project, and making a documentary just felt really authentic to us because that's our passion. We've been doing it for about 10 years. So yeah, we incorporated that in, and that is where the project is right now. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about it.
Yeah, of course, and thank you for coming up and talking about it. I love this stuff, and I really like your work because the colors. Like, I'm a huge colors guy. Your colors are awesome, and they really stick out to me. And it's so cool that you have all these things already lined up. Like, at certain percentages of your sales, you've got different physical things that are being launched as well. That's always cool to see different utilities and different use cases for everyone's projects. So thank you so much for talking about that.
Thank you.
Yeah, and amazing stories, guys. If you have a chance, hop on over to her Twitter page and your pinned tweet. I just watched it with subtitles while you were talking. Amazing story, and props to you for getting out here and talking about this. And the collection looks awesome. It mints on November 24th, so definitely be on the lookout for that one, guys. I will for sure be.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you again. I want to have White Ash as our last speaker because I think White Ash was up here before and didn't get a chance to chat yet.
Thank you very much, Tyler and Matix, and thank you for having me. Before I introduce myself, let me have a second to pin my tweet.
Yeah, of course. And while you're pinning that, I just want to say, I know there's a lot of people that wanted to talk today. Unfortunately, we couldn't get to everybody, but we have these at 10 a.m. every weekday. And if you guys want to get up there, definitely send me or Matic Mike a DM. Let us know you want to talk so we can actually come up with a solid plan.
Okay, here you go. Thank you, everyone, and nice to meet you again. Here is my work. Actually, let me introduce myself a bit. I'm from Thailand. I'm a photographic-based visual artist. And actually, in real life, I work in the several kind of art, such as like performance art and video art, also installation art. Now I jump into NFT around 1 month already with the point of interest about the human being. I create work since 2008, and I keep doing this kind of photography which is related to the human being because of like the relation between the logic and sensation, abstraction and concrete, individuality and social, something like that is all around, is like the circumstance around the human being. So I would like to portray it in a very simple and common way to my photography, and that's the reason why I put some few collection in Foundation, OpenSea and Hiketnang. So for the ones that you see in the space now is my black and white photography. It consists about 38 images with the unlockable content. I really care about the value of the photography, especially in printing. So I decide to facilitate the people that the unlockable content the person will receive my unlockable content. They are able to print it on the size of 20 by 24 inch with a high definition. So about this work is apparently it's just a black and white photography, very ordinary black and white, but actually the process behind is totally different because of like I use the concept idea of the how to be impressed as a human being during the space and time in the specific moment, and also how do I encounter that specific space and portray it through my photography. So this is my process. Mostly I do in this way, and that's it. So if anyone have any comment or suggestion or any input, I would be appreciated. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. And thank you again for coming up and speaking. Your work is also amazing, and I love seeing photography up here because I have two collections running. One's cartoons and the other one is photography. And
really?
Yeah. And I was just I didn't get a lot of time to check out your whole work because I was trying to listen to you, but a lot of the ones I did see were fantastic. I was looking at a lot of your black and white ones, and it's just insane that you can get such a look just from a photograph, because photos don't usually do like your human eyesight justice, but you provide a crazy and cool composition that it's like super fun to look at. It makes me really want to be there. So good job on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Taylor. Appreciate it. Thank you very much again, and thank you for everyone for listening to me. Thank you.
Yeah, these look great. I love the extended shutter speed photos. A lot of the sky shots are really cool, especially the night one with the stars. But yeah, no, it looks awesome, and thank you again for coming up and sharing.
Thank you, Magic. Thank you very much.
So Taylor, before you close off here, I just wanted to add, we've only been doing these AM spaces. This is just our second day, so it's really awesome. I say AM because we're Eastern time. It's really awesome to see this many people hopping in and sticking around to listen to everyone. We want to schedule this out a bit better. So if you did request, Taylor does have your info, and either myself or him will reach out to you in hopes to get you on here during this week at some point. We will still have the floor open if we have time at the end of these for anyone who wasn't on the schedule to come up and talk. But this way we can, try to maximize our time as best we can, and as many people can get up here as we can, so everyone can hear what they have to say. I'm good, and thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who stuck in and listened to everyone. And there are a ton of great projects that I have just been exposed to in the last 90 minutes, so I appreciate it. And it looks like I'm gonna have to try to clear up some funds to buy some stuff here.
Yeah, me too, honestly. Pretty much everything Mike just said. Really appreciate you guys coming out here. It's so cool to see, because in the beginning we had like just 3 or 4 people, and I'm like, I guess this is it. And then it went up to, did it surpass 100?
It was pretty close.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's insane. I really appreciate hearing from all of you guys. And like Maddox said, if you were in the queue and you didn't get to talk today, send one of us a DM. We'll definitely get you in there. We do want to schedule it out because I'd like to have more time for some Q&A after each artist. It was nice hearing from everybody. I'd definitely like to learn more, so that'd be nice. And then also a last thing of information, I run a podcast where I talk about NFTs and the art and stuff behind it, looking for people to come and talk about their stuff on my podcast. So if that interests you too, shoot me a DM, let me know. Even if you're an artist, developer, doesn't matter, collector, if you have anything to do with NFTs, shoot me a message. I'd love to have you on. And I think on that note, I think I'm good to wrap it up. Are you all right, Mike?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. See ya.